Hello everybody, this is Rachna and I'm here with prepositions for you. Well, what is a preposition? A preposition is a word or group of words used before a noun, pronoun, noun phrase to show direction, time, place, location, relationships, or to introduce an object. So, you have examples like in, at, on, off, to, and there are many others. Now, a preposition, please note that a preposition isn't a preposition unless it goes with a related noun or pronoun, right? So it's called the object of the preposition. Now, what are the kinds of prepositions do we have? And children, to be very honest, prepositions are very simple. They are singular words and there could be, phrasal prepositions as well. But to be very honest, they are very simple, yet they can boggle your mind a bit too much. And to be very honest, if you go a little astray with these prepositions, you could end up getting a person with the thought that did I hear this correct? Is he saying what he's saying? You could be misunderstood. So what you really need to do is that be very clear cut with your prepositions. Do not go astray, right? So go through this particular video till the end so that you are just not going astray, you're not going wrong with your prepositions, right? So the first kind of preposition is a simple preposition. So, what is a simple preposition? They are the short words used to determine a relationship between noun, pronouns, or even to join parts of a clause or sentence. Right? Like at, with, of, upon, till, up, over, and many more. Then you have compound prepositions. They are ones which are generally formed by prefixing a preposition to a noun, an adjective, or an adverb. For example, about, above, beneath, beside, etc. The next you have are phrasal prepositions, phrase prepositions. They are a group of words used with the force of a single preposition. For example, according to, in accordance with a view to, in order to, etc. Now, let's understand the relations which are expressed by prepositions. A relation to place, time, agency, manner, cause. It could be with cause, reason, purpose, possession, measure, standard, rate, value, contrast, concession, inference, motive, source, or origin. So when we talk of place, it's like went about the world, ran across the road. And we are expressing for time, it's like after his death, at an early date. Now, if we talk of agency or instrumentality, it's like sell goods at auction, sent the parcel by post. Then, if we talk of manner, the example could be like dying by inches, fought with courage. And the next we have is cause, reason, purpose. It's like died of fever, did it for our good. Then possession could be like there was no money on him, If we talk of measure, standard rate value, we could take the example of he charges interest at 9%. Or if we are talking a relation expressed for contrast, concession, it's like after or in spite of, notwithstanding every effort, like after every effort or in spite of every effort, notwithstanding every effort, right? Then we have inference or motive, source or origin. The example could be, from what I know of him, I hesitate to trust him, right? Now with forms of transport, we have like you need to remember these guidelines that in, if you're using the word in, use in for private transportation, for example in a car, in a truck, or if you're using it for a public transportation, then you use on, okay, like on the bus, on a plane. And if you're using the word at, you use at for places where you wait for transport, like at the bus stop, at the taxi stand, right? Now we get down to rules. My children, rules are very important, right? So the first rule is, like, a preposition generally, but not always, goes before its noun or pronoun. One of the myths of English grammar is that you may not end a sentence with a preposition. For example, where did you get this? That would be correct, right? But the incorrect one would be, where did you get this at? Alright? So I hope you're seeing the difference. Now the rule, second one, you have two second rules. The first one would be, the preposition like means similar to or similarly to. It would be followed by an object of the preposition, noun, pronoun, noun phrase, not by a subject and verb, because a preposition must always have an object. So you need to note that avoid like when a verb is involved. So the correct one would be, you look like your mother. So here what is it? That you look similar to her. That is why you use the word like. Okay? The incorrect would be, you look like your mother does. So here you have to avoid like, right? It's with noun plus verb, right? So the second rule for the second rule for like is, like, instead of like, use as if, as though, or the way when following a comparison with a subject and verb. For example, you need to remember, like means similar to or similarly, whereas as means in the same manner that. So what is the rule? Do not use as unless there is a verb involved. So what is the incorrect? You look like you're angry, whereas the correct is, you look as if you are angry. Okay? So rule 3, the preposition of should never be used in place of the helping verb. Have. I should have done it. That would be correct, but the incorrect would be, I should have had done it. See, I hope you note the change, right? Now, when we come to the fourth one, what is it? Use into rather than in to express motion towards something. Use in to tell the location For example, the incorrect would be I dived in the water, whereas the correct is I dived into the water. Now, what was it? Use into rather than in to express motion. Okay, so here, what is the motion? You're diving in. You're diving into the water. Now, when you say use, when I said use in to tell the location is pool. I swam into the pool will be incorrect. Whereas if you say I swam in the pool will be correct. Now, the fifth rule is to preposition. The word to preposition and to infinitive are not the same. Okay, so do not confuse the infinitive particle to, like to sing, to live, with the preposition to London, to me. For example, to as a preposition is like I look forward to lunch. Whereas if you're talking of an infinitive particle to, then it's like they used to live in Moscow. So do not get yourself confused with these two, right? And just when I come to the end, when we come to the end, there is just one golden rule for prepositions, and that is a preposition is followed by a noun. It is never followed by a verb. So, with this, thank you very, very much for being there. Have a wonderful day and do take very, very good care of yourself. Bye-bye.